Yes, we are back on Land TV, and we are going to talk about human rights, the rights of humans, courtesy of the fact that you are human. And at the same time, we shall be talking about the duties and obligations of a citizen. Before you claim your rights, we should equally focus at our duties and our duties and obligations as a citizen of the Republic of Uganda. In this context, someone can ask, what are human rights? Human rights are those rights that we are born with. We are not, and they are non-derogable to some extent, some of them, right? In this context, I'm trying to indicate that rights are inherent, right? We are born with such rights, and we are not at the favor of the state for it to give us such rights. So for starters, we shall talk about the non-derogable rights, the rights that we get and no one has a right to alter them, right? We have rights like the freedom from torture, cruel and inhuman treatment, rights like freedom from slavery and servitude, rights like the right to habeas corpus, and the right to a free and speedy trial. So in this context, I'm trying to show you some of the rights that, despite the fact that you're in wrong as a citizen, such rights are non-derogable, and they have to be maintained. So in this context, I'm going to try my level best, and I talk about specifically today. We shall talk about the right freedom from torture, inhuman and degrading punishment or treatment. Someone can ask, what is torture? Torture is a situation where someone is arrested and is forced to give a statement, or even at times they are beaten. People are kept incommunicado, and some are kept in solitary. So in this context, I'm trying to show you, in a situation where you've been arrested and taken to police, the police CID or the police officers have no right to beat you up for you to admit a statement. And in the laws of Uganda, given the different judgments that we have, such an act, once it's proven in court, that case will be dismissed. But look, we don't focus at only dismissing a case. In this context, when that case has been dismissed, still as a citizen, you can institute another proceeding. You can go to the Human Rights Commission or even to court to indicate that, look, my right was violated and I need compensation from the given bodies of government, say police or UPDF or any other person that has tortured you, right? So in this context, I'll focus at such a scenario where someone is beaten up in police custody for them to admit or give a statement. And from there, someone will ask, what's inhuman treatment? Inhuman treatment is a scenario where someone is beaten up by instigation of police, or someone is undressed, right? Someone comes around and they are stripped naked by police. They are slapped in the face when police is effecting arrest, right? So that's inhuman treatment. So whatever doesn't qualify to be torture, it's inhuman treatment. And I think as government has a duty to focus that the citizens are not treated in that context. And secondly, from there, I'll talk about now your duty as a citizen and your obligation, right? So that you're not in that treatment, so that you're not tortured, right? So your duty as a citizen is, please, when you are arrested in a context, don't resist arrest. At a cost, when you resist arrest, at times police has no other duty apart from to force you to adhere to the rules and orders that they have given you. Still, in the same context as a citizen, don't harbor criminals. Don't be a criminal, right? Don't harbor things that really are supposed to be for the army, right? So those are some of the obligations that you come around as a citizen to effect so that you're not tortured at the site of police or any other agency. The same context, I'll give a scenario, or I'll give the very good example of the case we have now in court. That's SSERUBIRi and others. That case is trying to show you that case, though I'm not allowed to talk about it due to the fact that it's still proceeding in court, but rather I'm trying to give a brief analogy about it, right? In this context, someone is arrested and someone claims to be tortured, right? And we are proceeding with a case. At times, we are in pre-trials. Someone is not yet tried for their offenses, but they are claiming torture, that they have been tortured at the hands of police, right? So in this context, we are focusing at the fact that someone has been tortured, but there is limited evidence to prove that they have been tortured. Unfortunately enough, we are lucky as a country. Court has pronounced itself in several cases. For example, we had the Kabaziruka case versus the Attorney General, where the justices agreed that in the situation where someone has been tortured, proceedings shouldn't proceed. And in other cases, they've been underlined that where someone has been tortured, we don't need medical evidence, but rather we need the fact that someone has been tortured, and maybe someone that has tortured them, they have confessed that they have done so. There are some of the facts that we need to prove torture, right? So as a human rights activist, we do condemn torture. No one should be tortured of their beliefs, or no one should be tortured because they have failed to give a statement. Confessions must be out of goodwill, and someone shouldn't be tortured to give a confession. In the same regard, we call upon police to respect human rights, that despite of the fact that someone has been arrested and someone is a criminal, their rights still stay, right? They have such rights they enjoy, despite the fact that you have touched on their right to personal liberty. It doesn't mean that at that point they lose all other rights that accrue, right? Take for example, in case I'm arrested for theft, right? God forbid, but I'm arrested for theft. It doesn't mean that but with the fact that I'm in police custody, all other rights are lost, right? The only right that is supposed to be encroached upon is my right to personal liberty. But in the situation where police goes upon and they torture me, they keep me incommunicado, they take my property, that's against the laws of the Republic of Uganda. Thank you very much. Next time we meet, let's talk about another right. That's the right against freedom, against slavery and servitude. We shall talk about that. No one is supposed to be treated in a slavery way or servitude context as far as they're in the Republic of Uganda. Thank you very much. Till we meet next time.